everyone, and welcome to Sports Central. I'm Hank Longo along with Neal, Duncan, and we have a great show coming up. Doug Gordon, the 2012 Polk County Hall of Fame inductee, is going to be joining us along with Harpe, the Recreation and Program Superintendent for Polk County Parks and Natural Resources. We'll be right back with a great show in just a moment. Hi everybody, Hank Longo along with Neal, Duncan for our first segment of Sports Central, and I can see me in the camera there. I look a little like I ran into Floyd Mayweather last night and he didn't like me.
No, if you
I don't know.
Floyd Mayweather, you
look
wouldn't
a little
be here today.
worse, a little swollen in the eyes. I don't know what got me, but I'm battling something. But anyhow,
when you get to your age, that happens.
That happens, that sagging eye syndrome. But anyhow, hey, great to have you with us, Hank and Neal, and we have a very good show today. Looking forward to it. Going to talk about golf in the first segment after we announce our sponsor, and of course you and I being golf fans.
We do. Well, this segment brought to us by the Terrace Hotel, and we want to thank them. Of course, downtown Lakeland, beautifully renovated facility, property there, and Bruce Dunbar and Eric and everybody, great partners of tourism and sports. So we want to thank the Terrace Hotel for sponsoring this segment. I know this segment we both are going to enjoy because not only do we have a Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer of numerous organizations, but he's going to be inducted to the Polk County Hall of Fame and in golf, and that's something you and I both like to go do.
Yeah, definitely.
We see a lot of the course when we play, but
yes.
He's a little better than that. But why don't you introduce our guest?
Well, we want to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, Doug Gordon joining us from Florida Southern and an inductee into the Polk County Sports Hall of Fame coming up here in just a few weeks. And that's always a great event. And Doug, glad to have you here. And it's going to be fun talking about this because you have had a very stellar career. And I guess we can start off by talking about your season this year with the Mocs.
Well, we had a good season. We had kind of a younger, inexperienced team, and they gained some valuable experience this year, and hopefully that's going to help us next year.
Well, obviously the induction June 26th to the Polk County Hall of Fame as part of the All Sports Awards there at the Lakeland Center, and it's a unique situation when a current coach is inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's happened before, but I believe the committee has a rule of coaching for so many years. Of course, you've been a longtime coach and won 5 national championships with Florida Southern. Talk to us about those years and what those meant to you and winning national titles and how it really elevated the program at Florida Southern.
Well, elevated the program. The program was very strong when I took
right.
it over. In fact, I had no pressure at all when I got to Florida Southern. They'd already won 7 national championships, and they had always won them in twos for whatever reason, back to back. And Charlie Matlock, who I took over for, had just won in his last year, but that was one. So now I'm the new coach. I'm following a guy who's won 7 national championships, and now I've got to keep that Deuces thing going. So I had no pressure. We did win. I don't know how, but we did win that year. And as far as winning national championships, I mean anybody that's won any championship, state championship, national championship, whatever, they know that feeling, and it's exhilarating, it's thrilling. But the thing that's interesting about it is when you do it, it just makes you want to do it more.
Well, and you won 3 in a row, 98, 99, and 2000. So you did elevate the program. They hadn't won 3 in a row before, right?
That had not been done. That had not been done. And I don't know that'll be done again. I don't know. That's pretty tough to do.
Right.
But we had some exceptional players during that time, and it was a fun time to be coaching them.
Doug, what do you, I think it would be just fascinating to be on a team and to play at that level. What is the secret? I mean, there's got to be something that you're doing with these teams to motivate them and to get them to play well? What do you focus on at these championships that, you know, is the edge that gets you to win? I mean, what do you do with your players?
Well, if I told you the secret, then everybody
Then
knows.
everybody would know. Well, 622 on Bright House is worldwide, so.
Well, you know, I don't know that there's a secret. I think any successful coach would tell you that it involves preparation first. I mean, you know, you've got to be prepared for everything, and that's a year-long process getting to that. And you know, then when you get to the championship, it's kind of like I told a coach the other day who was taking his team to the national championship in baseball this week out in Omaha. You know, I told him, you know, you got great players. They've played well this year. Now just go out there and let them play, which basically that's what you're trying to do as a coach, is get out of the player's way when it's time to go. And, you know, encourage them. And if you've done your job during the year, you know, they're the ones that are going to win it.
And don't they, I guess, as you say that, let the golfer play, let the player play, I guess part of that is also getting them so that they're relaxed and focused and can just go play the game and try to let the pressure not be that much of an element to tighten you up. And
right.
I think you just want to be loose and play your game.
Right, because naturally, I mean, you know, these athletes want to win as bad as anybody, and so they're going to tend to tighten up. So your job as a coach is to make sure that they're focused, certainly, but that it's a fun experience for them, as you said. And you know, they don't call it let's go work golf. They call it let's go play golf. And so that's what you're trying to do, is get them to go out and play the game, enjoy it, be focused, totally focused while they're doing it, but enjoy the experience. And that's when any athlete will play their best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and like you said, you know, 5 national championships is remarkable, and to be able to get one is a huge feat. You look at Florida State,
Yeah.
getting ready to go to the College World Series, I believe for the 20th time
Yeah.
under Mike Martin, maybe 15 under him and 20 total,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and never having won a national title. And they've been there numerous times. So getting it 5 times, what did you learn from your first championship that then you used in your second? What did you learn from your second that, you know, what continuity did you able to find from that?
Well, I think what I just talked about, I learned that, you know, you've really got to put the whole thing in perspective. I mean, you know, you're playing well, obviously, or you wouldn't be there.
Right.
And you know, you've got to enjoy the experience and work as hard as you can to get prepared, and work as hard as you can when you're playing. Put your greatest effort out, but you know, just don't put too much pressure on yourself. And I think that's what happens a lot with teams that are supposed to win.
Right.
And they don't get it done, and they
have
play
that
poorly.
pressure coming in that they're supposed to win,
Right.
and they can't handle
and
the
they
pressure.
increase that pressure that they already feel by putting it on themselves. And again, as I said, that's I think what your most important job as a coach is to alleviate that pressure a little bit.
Now, which pressure do you think is greater? Being Florida State and having never won it, being there 20 times, or being a Florida Southern Mock who's won, was it 12 national
Yeah.
championships in golf? Who has more pressure,
Well,
maintaining that or trying to break through for the first one?
It depends on your perspective, but
Yeah.
I would, you know, I've been asked that question a lot, and I've always said that I would rather be the hunted instead of the hunter.
Right.
I'd rather have number one on my back.
Because it means you're doing something
Yeah,
right.
exactly. You're getting that for a reason.
Yeah,
So.
well, fantastic. Well, started your career, I guess, coaching at Alabama for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were also at Campbell University. What some of those experiences early on, did you see this type of career for yourself early on with all the success with some of those beginning road
Well,
bumps in the road?
Alabama was a great place to start. I mean, you
Yeah.
talk about success.
Right.
Everything was successful there. And when I was there in 1978, 1979, it was Bear Bryant's last 2 national championships in football. So it was a great time to be there and a
Wow.
great time to learn about winning.
Right.
And, you know, I tried to soak in as much as I could of that. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I think as a coach, you go into it thinking that you're going to be successful, and otherwise you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Yeah, if you're
And,
not going to have a positive attitude going in and thinking this is for you, you're wasting your time,
Exactly.
actually.
Exactly.
Coach, when you started playing golf yourself, let's talk about that a little bit. How you got involved in the game, and what inspired you, and how your game came along to the level that you wanted to be a coach.
Okay. Well, my dad was a coach. He coached college golf at Ohio Wesleyan University, a Division III school, for 41 years.
Oh,
and
my
so,
gosh.
You know, it's all I've really ever known. And I watched him coach and, you know, saw the influence that he had over young people, and I thought that I might want to do that myself if I couldn't play myself. I mean, you know, there's that old idiom of, you know, if you could play, you wouldn't coach, and I would say that's probably true in my aspect. If I had been good enough to play professionally, I probably would have pursued that.
Sure.
But that's what's great about coaching, though, is that, you know, you've got that competitiveness in you, and maybe you're not quite good enough to play post-college, you know, as a professional, yet you can still compete as a coach, and that's one of the things I've enjoyed about it.
Well, coaching, though, I mean, and I think this happens in a lot of sports. You know, you'll see these world champions who are coached by people that aren't a world champion athlete themselves, but they know the mechanics of what goes on in the sport. They know what you need to do to hit the ball well. You know, they know what you need to do to play the game well, which
Right.
you don't have to be the best ball striker in the world to know that, but you can see that. And I think there's a talent there that is why coaches are used by the best athletes in the world, because they can see where they might be losing their swing a little bit or something's wrong, because you can visualize a whole picture of,
Right.
of what they need to be
Well,
doing.
and I think specifically in golf too, you have to know what a good shot feels like. You've got to know what it feels like to be in contention, and you know, and I knew that. You know, I played a lot of junior golf. In fact, I was probably a better golfer as a 10 to 14-year-old than I was from 14 on. I was kind of I won't call myself a child prodigy, but I was pretty good and won a lot of tournaments. And then, you know, as happens a lot with some athletes, I kind of leveled off and didn't get much better after that. But I think you have to know what it feels like, you know, to be in the hunt, to be able to teach that successfully. And, you know, that's what I found that I've tried to do in my career.
Well, 13 years at Georgia Southern before coming to Florida Southern. You obviously had a lot of success there, and whether it be players there, or you've had 3 individual national championships, individual champions from Florida Southern.
Right.
Who were some of the players? Obviously, those 3 are going to stick out, but who were some of the players that really either helped you as a coach, or was a byproduct of the great success that you had? Who were some of those players?
Well, at Georgia Southern, I was fortunate to coach 2 PGA Tour players, in Jody Mudd and Gene Sowers, and I inherited Jody. He was the best amateur in the country when I took the job. So I actually learned a lot from Jody in terms of preparation and what it takes to be that good a player. And at Florida Southern, I don't know if I could name 1 or 2. There's a lot of them that I've learned. You always learn things from your players, I think,
right.
if you're a good coach. Yeah.
What's it like to have a player that is a national champion on your team, to watch him go through that tournament and not? Did they win the national championships when your player won the national championship?
In 2 of them they did. The 3rd guy, we ended up finishing 2nd. We got beat on the last hole by a 30-foot putt. So
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
yeah, that's one of my favorite memories. But what's it like? It's thrilling. I mean, that is the satisfaction as far as I'm concerned in
Right.
coaching, is taking a young guy as an 18-year-old and working with them and watching them develop and get better and get to the point where they can win a national championship like that. I don't think the team championships are tremendous because you're looking at 5 guys there that have done that, but I don't think that there's been anything more thrilling than watching those 3 individuals that I've coached win a national championship.
Well, we're running short on time here, but I do want to ask, what the team looks like for next year, getting your 6th. If that's in the cards, obviously a lot of things have to fall into place. But what's the team look like going into next year?
Well, that was a good thing about this year is that I've got 4 of the 5 coming back, so they gained a lot of experience, and I feel really good about next year. I mean, as you said, it's very difficult to win a national championship. You've got to play well all year, but you've got to play well that week. But I think we've got a real good chance to contend next year.
Well, good luck to you next year. Congratulations on your
Thank
induction.
you.
Of course, that'll take place June 26th at the Lakeland Center in Sykes Hall. We still have tickets available for that event, 551-4750, if you'd like to check it out.
It's a fun event. It's been a great event.
Absolutely. Broadcast on Bright House Sports Network, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
joining us, and good luck. And I wish I could keep talking to you about golf, and maybe you could help me with a few of my little things that I could use some assistance on. But anyhow, we're going to go into a nice little segment, the 2012 Iron Kids Triathlon. Check this out. It's a neat event.
The first year in Haines City for this event. This event does have a long-standing history, but this is the first year in Haines City. And Haines City has just been an amazing venue to host this world-class event. The partnership here with the local municipalities and the local groups has just been top-notch. A very sports-minded community, and they really know how to put on a world-class event. So we're very excited for this first year in Haines City, and then we look forward for many years to come.
How old are you?
5.
5 years old. Where are you from?
I don't know.
We have more than 2,200 competitors. 1,300 of those are actually from the state of Florida. 2,200 competitors from around the world, and each of them has brought their loved ones here to cheer them on. So we have thousands actually in Haines City watching the race tomorrow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second segment of Sports Central. Hank Longo along with Neal, Duncan, and another fun show. Boy, those kids look like tough little athletes running that triathlon.
Yeah, I obviously couldn't do the 70.3. I'm pretty sure I couldn't do what those kids did, but that whole event was fantastic. Haines City really rolled out the red carpet for that Ironman 70.3. And that's the first of a 5-year agreement that we have with them. So we have 4 more years of that event, of course, Lake Eva, and just a great event.
What a spectacular event. And what's so neat about it is that we've started a wayfinding program for the cycle course so that people could come to Haines City now and be able to practice on that course and get a feel of it. So a neat little way to get this to be a destination as well.
Yeah, and the county is also working, and they're going to be resurfacing the bike portion. There's certain portions of it that are a little rough this year. There wasn't anything that could be done about that. I know they did some patchwork, but they're actually going in and going to resurface that whole thing, so it'll be bigger and better next year for the event when it comes in.
Yep. We want to welcome you to the second segment of our show, and luckily we're sponsored by a new sponsor.
Yeah, Harry's Old Place there in Winter Haven. If you haven't been out there, it's a fantastic place, great atmosphere. We want to thank them for coming on as partners of tourism and sports. Of course, our partnerships help us to do our job and do it more effectively because being between Tampa and Orlando, we don't shy away from it. We embrace it, and location. Just another example of partnerships here in Polk County that allow us to get more events coming in.
Harry's a great place. It's actually, I can boat to Harry's. It's on my lake, so I can just.
And speaking of events and having great places for people to come into, Derek Harpe is here with us from Polk County Natural Resources. Is that correct?
Parks and Natural Resources.
Parks and Natural
When
Resources.
I was there with you, it was Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
So I had, I have a hard time
you
getting
guys
away
go
from
back
that.
a little
Oh
bit,
yeah,
huh?
long ways. Of course, he's much older than I am, but
At least 12 days.
At least, right. But Derek, welcome to the show, and what new and exciting things do you guys have going on over there?
Well, I think the biggest thing, the most exciting thing for us is tomorrow, Saturday the 16th, we'll be opening Northeast Regional Park. It's a very exciting place for us, a new facility for us, and the keystone to it, the thing that everybody keeps calling about, are the 6 new artificial turf fields. They're multi-purpose fields: football, soccer, lacrosse, and so everybody's really excited about that, and we'll open the park tomorrow morning.
Well, and I think probably one of the I'm not sure if this is a question or not, but one of the things that you guys probably have to answer is, in the long run, the artificial turf is actually less expensive than the maintenance of field turf, correct, or of grass?
Yeah, it's really close as far as maintenance costs, but it's all upfront cost versus long-term cost with artificial turf. You pay more upfront, but you don't have to have the mowers and the staff to go out there to mow it every day, and you don't get the rainouts, of course. You get more activities on them. And the benefit was great in this particular location. I don't think it's the answer for every location, but for this one, with the turf, with the ground the way it is, real soft sand, sugar sand on a hill out there, it made it feasible. And watering issues and everything in the Northeast Polk, we wanted to make sure we were doing the right thing, and this is the right thing.
Well, obviously there's a recreational component to using these fields, but also on the sports marketing side of things, it's fantastic because, as you said, the rainouts. Anytime you have a tournament, whether it be baseball, anytime you're having a tournament, rain is like the biggest problem. And if you're not going to have that, and you're not going to have downtime for these fields, it's great for recreation as well as bringing in competitive events.
Oh, absolutely. These fields drain at a fabulous rate. You could play within a couple hours of a hurricane level event if you needed to. We don't want to.
Don't say that word.
But that's the kind of system it has underneath it, and the kind of performance that it has. Our phone's been ringing off the hook for the last 6 to 8 months about these fields. When everybody found out what they were, where they were going to be located, the location you were talking about a little bit ago.
Yeah, tell
location
where
is
that
key.
is there.
Northeast Regional Park is on Highway 27, north of I-4, about 4 miles, 4.5 miles above I-4.
A little south of 192.
Absolutely, and so it's in prime location. You got hotels in Polk County and nearby counties that are real accessible. A lot of tourist areas. People want to come to Central Florida and they want to experience everything we have. And so having the athletic fields within driving distance of all the attractions are great. It's a great, advantageous thing for us, and something that I think a lot of people are excited about. We're getting phone calls for people want to do camps, and they want to bring do spring trainings for different sports down here, and then of course the tournament rentals have been the request for that has started months ago. So
Right.
it's been exciting for us. It's been a different vibe than any of our other parks we've offered. I mean, this is more, the rec component of all our parks is key and the most important thing. We want the kids in our area to be able to play sports. But the second part of that is, and the difference this is the extra, the rentals part of it, the rental people, absolutely, the purveyors of tournaments, they want to come here because it's close to everything and because it's easy to access and because of the artificial turf fields. They want to come here and experience this and bring their events here. So I think it's exciting for us.
And as you know, predominantly the vacation rental homes that are in Polk County are up there in that I-4 and 27 area. So the location of the park and the homes are ideal for the sports teams. This is a project that has taken quite a while because that area exploded in Polk County quicker than anybody really anticipated. So there were really no parks to speak of in that area. So this is a long time coming.
This is our first above I-4 and east of 27 in that area of Polk County. We didn't have anything. We basically had one park there, Poinciana Park, or Laufman Park. We've had that for a while, but that was it, and it's not very big. It's 5-10 acres, and it has a couple of little soccer fields on it, and that's been about it. So to have something in that area was always been high on our radar. For the last 10 years, it's been the most important thing we've done.
Right.
The property search was immense. It was difficult. Nobody really wanted to give up their property. It was when the boom was going on because it was very valuable and an investment. So this is basically the last parcel of property when we bought it a number of years ago. Left. We have housing developments on all sides of us, and it just sits there. It's a beautiful location. It sits right on old Lake Davenport, and
that's what I was going to mention. I've been up there, and I was so impressed with the boat ramp that goes into Lake Davenport, and it's just a beautiful lake. Not a lot on the lake,
no.
And the other neat thing are all the little what do you call all the little areas with the
pavilions,
the
little
pavilions
shelters,
with grills and stuff that are nestled in the woods. It's just gorgeous.
Well, I think everybody focuses on the athletic portion of that park, and that's the most glaring thing when you walk in, or even if you drive by on 27, you see the fields. So we understand that, but the little peripheral things for the community. There's basketball courts, racquetball courts, tennis courts, playground, very nice playground for the kids. The boat ramp is great. Little pavilions all over the place for picnics, and we have a big grand pavilion out there too for rental that'll seat probably 125 people. So, I think the community is going to use it a lot, and it has a walking trail in it as well. Those are the things we want. The people coming every day that live in the area, not only those people from outside that come to experience the in a tourism or athletic sense, but also the locals. It's very important that they have amenities they can go to every day.
Well, of course, we're live now here on PGTV, and it'll re-air for the next couple of weeks. But anybody who's interested in going tomorrow to the kind of the grand opening of the park, what's going to go on there tomorrow?
Well, we'll have like every grand opening, you'll have the speeches and things up front, the little ceremony, the groundbreak or the ribbon cutting, and then after that, we want people to use the athletic fields. Those are new. And there's only a few in Polk County now, and most of them are at schools. I think City of Lakeland has one, and All Saints, and a few places like that. But we want people to experience what it's like to come out and play around on them. So we're going to have some soccer skills contests set up, and some punt, pass, and kick things for football. A little lacrosse section where you get to throw the ball around a little bit, and we'll have the nets up. But we want you to get out there and play on it. In conjunction with that, Polk County Parks and Recreation, Natural Resources, and Friends of the Park, we've done Dirt Day programs, and what they are little environmental education programs. And Glenda Meek will be out there, one of our volunteers. She'll be out there doing one based on some of the plantings that we have at the park, very Florida-friendly things. Perennial Peanuts one that's a ground cover that's very Florida-friendly, very water-friendly. So she'll be doing that as well, so the kids can come out and learn a little bit too. And a really good day. We'll have a little food there, some light refreshments, but just activity. We want to be on the park. We want you to see the fields. We want you to walk around the place and enjoy it and see what we have to offer there.
So you're going to be from 9:30 to noon on Saturday, the 16th. So we've got that going, and I guess I'm kind of excited about just the number of people you're expecting to get out there that day, all up in that area.
I think that's the different part of this park. I think I've been here 14 years now, and we've done quite a few park openings and rededications and things like that. And you usually have a crowd between 50 and 120. I can see 250 up there tomorrow. I think it's really highly anticipated, and I think there's a lot of curiosity too. So we've been in construction and doing things, and the gates have been locked, so people haven't had the chance to go in and walk around. There's not been a soft opening on this one, so this will kind of be the first chance people have to experience the park. So I anticipate a pretty large gathering tomorrow.
That's great.
Now, are your pavilions first come, first served? Do they have to go through your office to rent them for parties or birthdays or things like that?
Our small pavilions are all first come, first served. The big one, the big screened-in one,
Right.
is a rental facility. If it's not being utilized, you're more than welcome to use it, but if you want to make sure you have exclusive use, you need to call our office and talk to Carmen or one of our people. You can go online now and book it that way through the county's website. You can do everything online now there, so that park will be active this weekend, so you can start making your plans and rentals that way as well.
That's good. Well, I know we're going to get a lot of activity from sporting events that we'll be able to bring in and use up there. It's just another park to add to the inventory, of what we have to offer in the county, which is great.
And we certainly in sports marketing appreciate Derek and his whole crew, because it's quite a balance between the recreational side with the citizens, and then the bringing in the sporting events. And you guys have always done really well with balancing that for us, because obviously being in Central Florida, especially during season, it's easy for us to fill up every facility all the time, but there is the quality of life and for the citizens, so we appreciate what you guys have done there. Talk to us about a little of the programming that's going to go on at that facility down the road.
Sure.
What's going to be offered for the citizens of that area?
Well, this fall is going to be busy. We've got a football league and two football leagues actually, and a soccer league that'll crank up. Football will crank up in July, and practices will go full blast, and then soccer will crank up a little later. Practice probably start in the end of August, 1st of September, and they'll start playing. I think their first game scheduled September 23rd or something like that. So we already have those three leagues out there. We anticipate within the next 6 or 8 months that we have a lacrosse league out there as well. But anytime you have those kind of fields, soccer runs 12 months a year in the state of Florida. Football with 7-on-7 and all the other things emerging besides just a traditional tackle season, the fall season is starting to become an 8 to 10 month thing too. So those things will go pretty well, and we already know that those teams will be out there. They're still doing registration, so anybody in that area of the county that's interested, you can come out tomorrow. They'll all be present. All of our leagues will be present. They'll give you the registration information. You can get your kids signed up to play either soccer or football. So that's going to be one of the fun things tomorrow as well. That they'll have the opportunity to get enrolled in those programs.
Well, the one thing about the artificial turf is that you don't have the downtime to let it replenish, in between games. You can continue to play and don't have to, to give it a little break to rejuvenate a bit.
Well, and the other thing about it is the fact that, back when I played on turf, it was concrete in a little thin thing of green pad, yeah. And now it's so much softer, and it's so much. The technology has really changed it.
Technology has changed. I think that's the most surprising thing when they walk on it. It's got that spring to it. You walk out there, and it's
it's not like running into a wall.
It's not. And you and I are similar ages, and when we played on those things, it could get a little rough, and it's not like that at all now. Very good facility. I mean, it's a little warmer with artificial turf in Florida, but that's for them about 10 to 18 inches up, and then it kind of cools off. But up there on that hill, the breeze has been nice. We've been out there a couple of nights.
Yeah, there's never a lack of breeze up there.
No,
not very often.
It's a nice complex, and I think everybody will appreciate it and enjoy it.
Well, Derek, thank you so much, and we look forward to being out there.
Good. I appreciate you being out there, and hopefully we'll see everybody out tomorrow.
All right.
Well, we've got some more fun stuff for you to watch. The Mid-Florida Football and Cheerleading Conference 7-on-7. This is a neat little video, so check this out.
Under Armour 7-on-7 Flag Football Championship being put on by the Mid-Florida Football Conference. What this is a flag football tournament where we have 7 kids on offense and 7 on defense. It's a quick game of agility, speed, and passing.
We're a apparel and footwear company, and we're involved with this Youth 7-on-7 event as the apparel sponsor for the event. We have a relationship with Andrew Williams that's gone back a few years. He's been a close friend of mine for 2-3 years now. We got involved with some other youth football initiatives, and he's really ingrained in the community here, and so we basically talked about opportunities to do together, and we thought of this concept last year, and this is actually our 2nd annual event like this.
This game is being played at the high school level, real large at the high school level. But today what we're doing is that we're playing 2 divisions, which is 11 and 12 for the juniors and age 12 and 13 for the seniors. So we're just giving our youth level coaches a outlet in order to help have fun and well to assess their teams.
What we wanted to do was make the event even better, make it exceptional and exciting for these kids, that they get a little bag and in there is a black shirt and a white shirt and a pair of shorts, as well as some wristbands. And for them, it's exciting. They feel big time. And we want them to have something to look up to and say, look, we got to do the 7-on-7 event. Hopefully we can do it next year. Hopefully we can do it the year after that.
It was very beneficial all the way around, even hosting it here at Haines City High School.
And maybe this is a little bit more motivation for them to continue on this path.
Also benefited the coaches, like I say, seeing what their kids can do and holding on to those kids continuously once the football season is over with.
And say, hey, you know what? If I'm always consistent and I always think about being a strong player and have a good work ethic, I can continue with this sport and keep growing and growing.
Continue discipline, their athleticism, and for them to look forward to. Even the officials and the other coaches, they're asking for more.
Because it isn't just a few months out of the year, it's 365 days a year. And for us, we want to have that relationship with young athletes as best we can.
Get up!
We have approximately 280 kids participating in the event. Each team is made up of anywhere between 12 to 15 kids. Next year, we've already been told that they want to have 3 regional tournaments between Jacksonville, Orlando, and Miami, and they would like Mid-Florida to actually put on those tournaments as well.
This is a great location, centrally located throughout Florida. There's a lot of teams coming from the Orlando area, teams coming from the Tampa area, but they're all centralized here, and this is a great hub for youth sports. We've done other events with Andrew and know that this is a perfect location. The facilities are great. Everybody's been great for us.
I'd like to thank some of the people that helped us put this tournament on, which is Camper World and Haines City High School and Polk County Sports Marketing, who assisted us in putting this on, but most of all, Under Armour, which without them we would not have been able to put this on, especially being able to outfit all of these kids and giving them an opportunity to wear Under Armour gear.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Central. Hank Longo along with Neal, Duncan, and fun show. Kind of really excited about this new park coming. And
absolutely, and then we were taking a look at that football footage, and it's getting close.
It's almost
soon. It'll be July, and then college football and the pros, and everybody will be reporting. And
yeah,
that's the best time. It's the best time of year.
Another season under the way. How do you think your Seminoles are going to do this year?
You looking for a prediction, or just?
You think they're going to win the big show?
Let me put it this way: for the first time in 10 years, they have the chance. They've got Jimbo has got the talent in that he was looking for. You've got a quarterback that needs to prove his worth in E.J. Manuel in his senior year. Injuries really bothered that team last year. They dealt with a lot of injuries, but they have a chance with the way the schedule is to run the table. Now, whether they actually
do that,
yeah, I mean, everybody thinks their team is the preseason favorite, but I think they have a chance. They started preseason top 10 last year and then lost 3 straight, so we'll see. But enough about the Seminoles. But all I know is they beat the Gators twice in a row, so I'm good.
So you're happy.
But this segment, the third segment, is brought to us by the Hampton Inn in Winter Haven, another valuable partner here at Tourism and Sports.
Yep, it sure is. Well, we've got a lot of things going on in the county, and we're going to give you an update on those, starting with the Sunshine State Games, the Polk County Festival going on.
Yeah, June 15th through June 4th. Let me start over. June 15th through June 24th. Of course, the senior games here in Polk County with fencing, judo, karate, taekwondo, weightlifting, and wrestling. Just over 2,500 athletes come in. Great event, and we're happy to have that year after year now. Kind of settled in here in Polk County, and it's a great event here.
Brings a lot of folks here.
Absolutely.
The Florida 5-Star Boy Team Classic.
Boys Team Classic, yeah, it's a round-robin event with high school and middle school teams. They each play 5 games, bring up to 30 teams, ranging from 12 to 18. Just a great event, and that's at Polk State College, All Saints Academy, and Vanguard High School.
Of course, the ISA bringing another softball event coming in June 23rd through the 24th, their Youth A State Championship.
Yeah, 1,500 softball players coming to Bartow 555 Complex. Don Stratton and the whole group continue to bring in fantastic events and usually have high numbers for their events and great economic impact.
Swimming. Tampa Bay Invitational coming in here. Of course, we've got great swimming going here in the county. Just have some great athletes in that event.
Yeah, that'll take place at the Gandy Pool in Lakeland, and that'll be on Saturday, June 23rd and Sunday, June 24th there in Lakeland. And then Tuesday, June 26th, the big show.
The big show,
Absolutely.
The Polk County All Sports Awards, the Hall of Fame inductions, and it's so neat, year after year to go to this event. To see the kids, not only it's the Hall of Fame induction that you do, but all the kids that come for the teams, the championship teams that get awarded, the individual athletes that get awarded in high school and in college. But the thing that impresses me the most about this event is the young kids that are prepared for this. Bartow High School basketball is one of my favorites, that come looking so good, and they're dressed up and they're well mannered, and coach really has them coming to the event in such a great attitude and respect for what's going on and appreciation.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for these athletes to be in that stage, and not only are they on stage for awards presentation show, but it's on TV, and it gives them an opportunity because large amount of our athletes here in Polk County go to the next level, where they're having to deal with the media, they're having to deal with cameras in their face, whether it be Division III, Division II, Division I. This is a hotbed for recruitment, and so it's another one of those valuable experiences that they get at the All Sports Awards, to have that where they have to come on stage, they have to look appropriate, they have to know how to successfully speak to someone who's interviewing them or in front of a camera. So great event, June 26th, Lakeland Center, Sykes Hall. It'll be on Bright House Sports Network, and then obviously re-airs from that. But if you want more information on this event, you can go to centralfloridasports.com or give our office a call at 551-4750. Obviously, there's tickets available for that. Typically have between 500 and 600 people attend that event. If you've ever been in Sykes Hall, it can accommodate even more than that. But looking forward to that event. Again, centralfloridasports.com or 551-4750. This will be our 11th annual event. We missed 1 year because of schedule change. So the All Sports Awards and the Hall of Fame actually started in 2000, but it's just continued to grow and get better and better. So we're looking forward to it.
Yep, it's going to be a great event. Let's talk about the 5-star National Invitational that we're having here coming up June 29th to July 1st.
Yeah, it's a varsity teams will receive 4 games, 30 basketball teams ranging in ages 12 to 18. We're Polk State College, All Saints. Again, it's one of those events that continues to generate economic impact, and as the summer goes along, we used to have July used to be part of our calendar year, that it was a little slower here in Polk County than other times, and we worked with our hoteliers, we worked with our event organizers, and now it's one of our stronger months. So we're trying to level out the valleys and have as many peaks as we can in the calendar year with events. 225 events. Yeah, we realize that a lot of people want to be here from out of state during that February, March, and April time period, but the truth of the matter is we have great events going on throughout the year, and this is another one of those events.
Well, one of my favorites, June 30th, July 1st, Fluid Ski and Sports, which is it's over there by Fantasy of Flight behind USA Water Ski and the Water Ski Hall of Fame and Museum. It's going to be United States Water Ski Team Trials, and what a great event. I'm going to have the privilege of getting to commentate the event, so I'll be out there all weekend as we pick our junior teams that will compete on the World Championships, our under 21 teams, and our elite teams. So if you want to see the best water skiing in the world, exit 44, and instead of taking a left to go to Fantasy of Flight, take a right and come down to USA Water Ski, and you'll see some fabulous skiing. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, Tuesday, July 3rd through the 7th, going back and talking about soccer and the way it's exploded. For a while there in the States, probably the only place in the world that didn't care about soccer as much was the U.S., and that is changing, and it certainly has changed here in Polk County with the Florida Youth Soccer Association being located right here in Polk County at the Lake Myrtle Sports Park, and our ability to recruit events. Not only has it got the state, regional, and national, but we're also seeing an influx of international events, and July 3rd to the 7th will be the Sasfari Way International Soccer Academy with 700 soccer players from Europe, Africa, South America, and the U.S. coming in to the Lake Myrtle Sports Park for a camp, and so getting a lot of international flair there at Lake Myrtle, and that brings up another event that's going to be coming in.
Incredible event.
Absolutely.
An incredible event.
Yeah, Xavi Hernandez, who is with FC Barcelona, is coming in July 10th through July 19th, and he is one of the greatest players in the world in soccer. As I said, plays for FC Barcelona. But the neat thing about this is he's never taken his camp outside of Barcelona.
Yeah.
And he decided that he wanted to take it to the States for his first international camp. And after going to numerous venues around the U.S., he chose the Lake Myrtle Sports Park, which is not only a credit to the team at Sports Marketing, but it's also credit to the City of Auburndale and Polk County Board of County Commissioners for making a facility that is world class. And when we say world class, we absolutely mean that, because we're seeing these international events wanting to come into Lake Myrtle, wanting to showcase it, and so we're looking forward to that. Again, centralfloridasports.com if you want information on how you can register your child for that camp and the experience, because he's there. It's not just a camp in his name. He's actually going to be here for the entire camp. He's going to be able to work with your soccer player one-on-one. So it's just a neat experience. It's a fantastic opportunity. Go to centralfloridasports.com, Xavi Hernandez, and I think it's called Camp Xavi World Tour 2012. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a neat event. Well, we've got a lot of neat things going on here in the county, and one of those things going on that we always like to keep you tuned in on is arts and culture, and Stephen Barnes is going to have a little video on that coming up right now.
Welcome to this edition of Arts and Culture, a Polk County tradition. I'm Steve Barnes, here to tell you about some great upcoming events taking place across Polk County this month. Classic Albums Live presents Led Zeppelin II on June 21st. A special screening of the documentary Led Zeppelin, The Untold Story, begins at 6:30, and the concert will begin at 8. Classic Albums Live will also present a second half highlighting Led Zeppelin's greatest hits. The Live at the Gardens Summer Music Series at Bach Tower Gardens is in full swing, and next on the schedule are the Friends of Jazz. The Friends of Jazz is a vocal jazz group that has been entertaining audiences for 10 years with music, comedy, and fun. The concert will be on Saturday, June 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $20 for adults and include admission to the gardens all day. Come out to Lake Eva Park on July 4th for Thunder on the Ridge and enjoy the largest fireworks display in Polk County. Thunder on the Ridge will feature arts, crafts, food vendors, and children's activities on site from noon until 9 p.m., plus a concert with country music star John Michael Montgomery at 7 p.m. Admission is free. For more information, contact the Haines City Parks and Recreation Department. The Lake Wales Arts Council is hosting the inaugural July 4th Bike Parade. Decorate your bike, scooter, wagon, wheelchair, baby buggy, and any unicycle between 9 and 11 a.m. Then join the parade along the shores of Lake Wales. The cost is only $1 per entry, and the Arts Council will provide art supplies. Log on to lakewalesartscouncil.org for more information. Kids can rock out with Reactory Factory Live at the Lake Mirror Center in Lakeland on July 6th. Reactory Factory performs kids' music that is fun, exciting, and educational. Dan and Dr. Reacto will get kids grooving with their cool beats and silly stage antics. The doors open at 9 a.m. and admission is free. Lakeland Community Theater's musical production Chicago opens on July 20th. This sharp-edged satire tells the story of Velma Kelly and Roxy Hart, two murderesses who find themselves on death row while they vie for fame, fortune, and acquittal. Tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for children. The show runs through July 29th. Also opening on July 20th is Hairspray at Theater Winter Haven. This quick-tempoed musical comedy set in 1962 Baltimore will have you tapping to the beat as you cheer on Tracy Turnblad, an outsider who dreams of being with the inside crowd on a TV dance show. Tickets for the production are $22 for adults and $19 for students, but be sure to get them early because the show will likely sell out. The show runs through August 5th. Well, folks, this has been a quick glance at all the exciting arts and culture events taking place around Polk County this month. For details about all these events and more, go to visitcentralflorida.org. Until next time, I'm Steve Barnes for Polk County's Tourism and Sports Marketing. I look forward to seeing you at some of these great events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our final segment here on Sports Central. Hank Longo along with Neal, Duncan, and had a fun show today. Some great guests, and glad to have them be able to join us. And if you want to check out more sports, you got to check out our Sports Central radio show with Mark Jackson and Chris Keprios on WLKF on Thursdays at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, from 5 to 6 on WLKF 1430, and we also get I get the pleasure of getting up on Thursday mornings and hitting all four radio stations.
You do all four radio stations.
Yeah, we do on A7 Country, Max 98.3, WONN, and WLKF. A little bit of a teaser on what you're going to hear that night on Sports Central, and then we talk a little bit of what's going on in the national scene, and maybe get your thoughts going on what you're going to do that weekend. You can always go to centralfloridasports.com, check out those times and dates, but it's a good opportunity. Yeah. We appreciate Hall Communications for what they do for us.
And all our other sponsors that are so great to join us.
Yeah, well, this segment's actually brought to us by the Best Western Parkview, and we also want to thank Hampton Inn Winter Haven, The Ledger, Harry's Old Place, the Avenue Hotel, and Bright House Networks, just a few of the partners that help to make this show possible, and all the things that we do at Tourism and Sports.
Well, you can always check us out at centralfloridasports.com or give us a holler at 551-4750. Our next show is going to be Friday, June 29th, so we hope you'll come join us for that. And we're going to wrap up the show and let you pick up on the 2011 Sunshine State Games. And for Hank and Neal, we'll see you again next time.
Sunshine State Games is an Olympic-style sports festival for amateur athletes in Florida. It gives them a starting point in their careers early or later on in life, so where they can branch out from their local competitions to face people from all over the state of Florida.
I'm a 2000 Olympian from Sydney, Australia, the 100-kilo category, and I pretty much started on the same match these kids started on. I was a little whippersnapper, and as I got older, I moved on up, and this is probably one of the best programs or tournaments that got me prepared for the things that I was getting ready, for my journey toward the Olympics.
But I saw this event as giving the same benefits to youth here in the state of Florida. And what has happened is I really believe to this extent that this event, as a stepping stone, gives the kids a goal in terms of achieving better participation in the sport, better achievement and reaching the goals if they want to be Olympic level competitors or not. I think overall judo in itself helps to build a sound individual to the extent that he understands winning, he understands losing, and be able to accept that.
Tallahassee here to the north, people as far south as Dade and Broward County, all over the state. We've got about over 1,000 athletes in Lakeland this weekend, and gives them a starting point to test their skills and maybe go on from the state level competition to a national. And in the end, the ultimate goal would be the Olympic Games in 2012 or 2016 at whatever age they are. And we've had some athletes that have advanced to the Olympic Games.